Picture a battlefield, a chaotic scene of clashing swords and shouting warriors. Swords clanging, warriors yell, and the smell of blood hangs in the air, thick and metallic. Above the fighting, beautiful women with long flowing blonde hair and sharp eyes ride winged horses, their presence both awe-inspiring and terrifying. These are the Valkyries, powerful beings from Norse myths known for their strength and beauty. They choose who lives and who dies, their decisions shaping the fate of warriors. Seeing them means life or death for the warriors below, a sight that fills hearts with both hope and dread. The Valkyries aren't just watching, they're part of the battle, fighting alongside the warriors. With spears and shields, they fly above the fighting, their presence commanding and fierce. They decide who lives and who dies, changing how the battle goes with their choices, their influence undeniable. These warrior women are a big part of Norse myths, their stories woven into the fabric of ancient tales. They work for Odin, the king of the gods, who gives them a very important job to choose the bravest warriors who die in battle, ensuring they are honored in the afterlife. These chosen warriors, called the Einherjar, are taken to Valhalla, a majestic hall where they prepare for the final battle. But the Valkyries are more than just messengers of death. They are complex characters with roles that go beyond the battlefield. Their stories are all over Norse myths, appearing in tales of heroism, love, and even betrayal. They're in stories about romance, revenge, and even deceit, showing their multifaceted nature. They are complicated characters that still inspire us today, their legacy enduring through the ages. The Valkyries are most famous for choosing who lives and dies in battle. They don't love violence, but they understand its necessity in the grand scheme of things. They serve a bigger purpose, one that transcends the immediate chaos of war. They are doing what Odin wants, following his divine will to ensure the balance of the cosmos. They make sure Valhalla, the Hall of the Dead Heroes, is filled with the bravest warriors. These warriors are not just any fighters, they are the elite, chosen for their valor and skill. When a warrior dies in battle, the Valkyries fly down from the heavens. They look over the battlefield, scanning the fallen with a discerning eye. They listen to the last breaths of the fallen, a solemn duty that weighs heavily on them. They carefully choose the ones who fought with the most courage and skill, ensuring that only the best are taken. The chosen warriors are then taken to Valhalla, where they will find eternal glory. There they will feast, train, and get ready for Ragnarok, the final battle between the gods and the giants. This preparation is crucial for the survival of the cosmos. The Valkyries are important for keeping things balanced between good and evil, ensuring that the forces of light are always ready. But what about the warriors who aren't chosen for Valhalla? They don't just disappear, their fate is also significant. The Valkyries also take some of the fallen to Folkvangr, the goddess Freyja's field in the afterlife. This is a place of peace and honor. There they also find serenity and praise, living out their afterlife in tranquility. The Valkyries' choices are very important for the souls of warriors, determining their eternal fate. They take this responsibility very seriously, knowing that their decisions impact the balance of the universe. The Valkyries aren't on their own. They work for Odin, the All-Father, the king of the Norse gods. He's complicated and mysterious. Odin is connected to wisdom, war, death, and magic. He is also closely connected to the Valkyries. He gives them their job. He tells them what to do. Odin's reasons are often secret. He wants knowledge, even if it's dangerous to get. He wants to stop Ragnarok, but he knows it will happen someday. The Valkyries help him in this big fight. They make sure he has the warriors he needs for the final battle. The Valkyries don't just blindly follow Odin. They are powerful too. They can think and act on their own. Sometimes they even disobey Odin, but that usually causes problems. They are loyal to him, but they aren't just his puppets. The Valkyries show up all over Norse myths. Their stories are as different as their jobs. Sometimes they are fierce warriors. They fight alongside heroes and gods, their war cries as scary as any human warrior. Other times they are beautiful and graceful. They charm humans with their otherworldly beauty. One famous story tells of Brynhilda, a Valkyrie who disobeys Odin. She's punished by being put into a magical sleep until the hero Sigurd wakes her up. This story of love, betrayal, and revenge shows how the Valkyries can be both kind and fiercely independent. In other stories, the Valkyries serve mead to the Einherjar in Valhalla. They make sure the heroes' cups are always full. This shows their connection to fate and destiny. They aren't just bringers of death, but also protectors of the afterlife. They make the halls of the slain seem magical and special. The Valkyries are mostly known for war and death, but they also have to do with fate, which was very important in Norse beliefs. The Norse believed that everyone, gods and humans, had a path already chosen for them, a thread of fate woven by the Norns, powerful female beings. The Valkyries, working for Odin, knew about these threads of fate. They watched destiny unfold. They couldn't change fate, but their actions could affect it. What they did on the battlefield, for example, was very important. It changed not just the battles, but also the lives of people and even whole kingdoms. This connection to fate makes the Valkyries even more complicated. They aren't just bringers of death, but agents of destiny. Their actions serve a bigger purpose, making sure everything happens according to the cosmic plan. This makes them very powerful and important in Norse mythology, even though they work for Odin. The Valkyries, with their mix of strength, beauty and mystery, still fascinate us today. They aren't just in old myths anymore, they're part of our culture now. They show up in books, art, movies, video games, and even heavy metal music. Today, they're often seen as strong women, breaking free from old-fashioned stories where men are always in charge. They are shown as skilled warriors, independent thinkers, and even caring figures, changing how women are usually seen in fantasy stories. The Valkyries are still popular because they can be many things to many people. For some, they are symbols of female strength and power. For others, they represent the mystery of the unknown, the secrets of fate and destiny. In a world with complicated issues about gender roles, death, and the search for meaning, the Valkyries give us a lot to think about. The Valkyries are from myths and legends, but some scholars think they might be based on real history. During the Viking Age, there were women warriors called shield maidens. These strong women fought alongside men, showing amazing courage and skill in battle. It's possible that stories about these real warrior women passed down over time helped create the Valkyrie myth. The Valkyries, with their focus on fighting skills, independence and connection to fate, could be inspired by these warrior women. We don't know for sure if shield maidens and Valkyries are connected, but it's an interesting idea. It shows how history and myth can mix, reminding us that even the most fantastic stories can come from real things that happened in the past. Over time, people have had different ideas about the Valkyries, and sometimes those ideas are wrong. These powerful figures from Norse mythology have been both misunderstood and misrepresented in various ways. One common misconception is that they are only about death, like grim reapers coming to take souls. This image is far too simplistic and doesn't capture their full essence. Death is part of what they do, but they are also connected to life, fate, and honoring bravery. They choose who lives and who dies, but they also celebrate the valor of warriors. Another misconception is that they just do whatever Odin tells them without thinking. This view diminishes their role and their own agency. They do work for him, but the myths also show them as complex beings who can think for themselves, make their own choices, and even disobey, often because they want to do what's right or be kind. Their actions are driven by a deep sense of justice and compassion. To really understand the Valkyries, we have to look deeper. They aren't simple. They embody the dualities of life and death, fate and free will. They are complicated beings who show both the amazing and the sad parts of being human. Their stories reflect the complexities of human emotions and the struggles between duty and desire. They are warriors, messengers of fate, protectors of the afterlife, and sometimes even tragic figures caught in destiny themselves. Their narratives are rich with themes of loyalty, sacrifice, and the eternal battle between good and evil. The enduring allure of the Valkyries. The Valkyries, with their strength, beauty and mystery, are still popular hundreds of years after their stories were first told. They are more than just mythical figures. They represent courage, destiny, and the fight between life and death. They are still popular because they are so complicated. They are both scary and beautiful, warriors and nurturers, servants of fate and independent actors. They challenge what people think about women, showing that strength and femininity can go together. As long as humans think about fate, death and the meaning of life, the Valkyries will continue to fascinate and inspire us. Their stories remind us that even when things are hard, courage and honor can be stronger than death and make you a legend. The Valkyries, the warrior women of Asgard, will always be part of our imagination.